kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour. Gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before, and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're bourbon legends, come gather round. Come gather round.
Who wanted to hear the end of that song anyway? You know it? Hey, folks, it's Thursday night. Thursday Night Live. I'm going to have a drink because this will be my last Thursday Night Live that I will host for the rest of this year. I will see you guys back January 8th. Where I will take over the show hosting abilities again, unless you guys vote me off the island, and then it'll be Chill Will Rocco and Roger Randell. Speaking of those guys, let's see if I can't pull Roger in. Hello, Roger.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
We've had a little audio issues, you know. I don't think we've ever done a live that's actually went without some little hiccup, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. I mean, so what's going on today, Roger, on this lovely Thursday afternoon, evening?
Well, I was dealing with a little bit of back pain, but got rid of that. Now, enjoying a nice evening. It's still warm here in Arkansas. This is kind of crazy.
It is.
It's a little too warm.
For November 20th, it's way too warm. But this time next week, it's going to be pretty cold.
Well,
it's going to be like a high of 42 or something on Thanksgiving. When you're stuffing your bird and stuffing your belly. Speaking of stuffing birds and your bellies, here we bring in Chill Will Rocco. What's up, Chill Will?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck
Okay.
if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Thanks, Will. That was going to be my question of the day tomorrow on our Discord, and now you've ruined it.
Well, we can still do it. I mean, nobody probably paid attention to that part.
Okay, well.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Question of the day tomorrow is how much wood actually would it be?
That's right.
Hey, let's do something different tonight, okay, guys? It's not different, but You know, the other day when we said the word still and everybody had to have a drink,
Mm-hmm.
I want our friends out here. First person that leaves a comment on what the word of the night should be, that's what it's going to be. So let's see. We're running it through here. No one has said a word yet. Just write word of the night is, put it out. First one, that's what we're running with. They're just too busy cheering each other. Woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
Oh, God
There you
damn
go.
it. Nobody's going to be drinking now.
Oh, I bet we'll find a way to say woodchuck.
Okay. All right. So the drink word of the night is woodchuck. When we say woodchuck, everybody drinks. Okay.
Yeah, woodchuck.
Oh,
Woodchuck.
Russ had a good idea. He said, what about if the word of the night is Roger?
Oh, Roger.
All right. Hey, let's get into this. Okay. Let's go down the old rabbit hole. I don't know who's going to be on this, but we'll see. It's Roger tonight.
Oh,
Roger, rabbit hole.
my favorite
Distillery.
bird. You know, boys and girls, if you say rabbit hole 3 times and you have an iPhone, advertisements for them for days, just so you know.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole.
I actually think that rabbit hole should probably change their mascot from a rabbit to a woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
Well, this is going to be bad. I'm drinking like 125 proof over here. So
Uh-oh.
anyway, Rabbit Hole has come out with an experimental rye called Amarul. I can't say that.
Yeah, that's it. Emerald.
And this was what was intriguing to me, that they're finished in custom maple brulee barrels.
That's kind of crazy. I don't know how they do. I love creme brulee. I mean, you know that, but I do a maple brulee.
I don't know. I have no idea. And at $49.95, if I see this, I'm going to buy it just to try it, because I'm like you. I don't know what maple brulee is.
You know, but again, we are at Christmas time again, and all the tasting notes are all those things that remind you of Christmas. You know,
Oh yeah.
little spice character, a little warm spice.
You know,
toasted.
the Lucky 7 has that holiday pour. You know what I'm talking about? Lucky 7. Adam was the one that turned me on to that. It is Christmas in a bottle, man. It is really good.
Oh, it totally is. I had it out already when we had the first cold stretch, and then put it back up. But
Yeah.
I'll pick that back.
Bye, Roger. I just feel like I have so much control that I can just cut people off just at the notice, you know, boom, like that. He's gone.
I don't know if you know this or not, but everybody in the chat saying there's 2 different streams of this right now.
So I do know this, and the reason why that is it's a new feature on StreamYard that you can watch it either via your phone and everything lines up differently on your phone, or you can do it through YouTube, like on a computer. So like right now on my end, I've actually pulled it up and I can see what's going on as if I was looking at a phone or if I was looking on the regular stream. And there's no way that I can change that. That's just the way it is. It's called Mars now, MARS, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to change it. It just rolled out this week. Yeah. So it could be a big screw up. I don't have a clue. But talking about this rabbit hole, if anybody's going to be in Louisville on the 25th of November, they can pick this up at the distillery. So it's exclusive. Yeah, I see that. Exclusive at the distillery. We didn't make it to Rabbit Hole when we were up there, did we? No, we didn't. You know, I've never been to Rabbit Hole. I've been down a rabbit hole, but I've never been in one. Do you know what? I saw a woodchuck come out of a hole one day at the dam. Really? Yep. You know, I didn't really know that there were woodchucks in Arkansas. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of woodchucks here. Damn. Woo!
Yeah, it's going to be a tough night. I'm drinking this Larceny Barrel Proof, so it's
Yeah.
we're going to have fun.
I'm actually drinking the Larceny. I don't know which one it is over, but yeah, it's going to be tough. Live from the Patio says that I could have changed this up when I set up the stream. Well, I did not realize that. So hopefully everybody just watch it on YouTube instead of watching it on your phone or however that works. I don't know. I'll get it figured out next week for you and Roger, so y'all
That's
can
good.
figure it out. All right, let's move on, Will.
What are we moving to?
Well, we're gonna talk about Blade and Bow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just come out with the new batch that is $1,200.
So, do you have to collect all the keys on this one too?
I think they're all on there at $1,200. They better damn well already be on
Should be,
there.
yeah.
You know it.
30-year-old though, huh? So it's
30-year-old batch.
Yeah.
Barreled out of 42 barrels. So I don't know how many of them are out there, and probably at 30 years old, not much.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
We'll see. All right, I'm gonna see if I can bring Roger in.
You're gonna bring Roger in, okay?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try. All right, see you, Will. There's Roger.
So you're saying you're buying this instead of the King of Kentucky on New Year's Day?
Roger, when we were there in April, they had another batch that was out that was really expensive like this.
Yeah.
So,
but this is all the distillant from Stitzel Weller.
Yeah, 30-year-old.
30-year-old batch of distillant from Stitzel Weller. I have a feeling this might be really good.
Well, I'm probably not going to find out for $1,200 because I think you can only get it at the distillery, I believe.
Well, they've closed that, haven't they? Closed Stitzel Weller?
Well, I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will be out, but the last batch that they put out, which I think was like a 20-something year batch, you could only get it at the distillery, and they only gave out one a day. So this may be different. I'm not for sure. Apparently, this whole buy screen thing is really screwing everybody up. So I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on here because now I'm screwed up. There, that's better.
I love when StreamYard changes something and you don't know that it's going to be a problem until you get in there and go live.
They do this all the time. So all I can say is good luck the week after next, Roger.
Well, Keith, if you bring it up on your phone, you only have one stream.
You know that sometimes that's a guy's problem. Sometimes he has two streams. It just depends.
Well, I heard Woodchucks has that same problem.
So tell me about this brandy finished Bardstown that's out now.
It is Normandy. It's a Calvados brandy barrel finish, which is apple brandy, if you didn't know what that was. Made, and it's a real limited amount of it's made. It's very popular, very expensive, but this is something that Bardstown did, and they finished the bourbons in those barrels for, I believe, 24 months, and then went and put them back into white oak barrels again. Looks like French oak and the others before, and then have replaced it out. The issue is, the question now is what the MSRP actually is. I'm seeing anywhere from, I heard $99, but then I also heard $149, and it's a 375. Not to go on somebody else's opinion, but there's quite a few reviewers, including Fred Minnick, who says this is a game-changing whiskey. So we'll see.
I don't
but
know.
you
I
might not
doubt
be able
I'm
to
gonna,
get it.
I'm doubt I'm going to see it in Arkansas, and I'm not going to be back in Kentucky, so probably going to be in
No.
trouble.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only at the distillery and the tasting room down in Louisville.
All right, Roger, I'm going to move on. I'm going to pull Will in. I'm going to let you go goodbye.
Hey.
Will, we're going to talk about Elijah Craig barrel proof rye now.
Elijah Craig barrel proof rye. Did you know that woodchucks love the barrel proof rye? They absolutely love it.
I'm glad we're just having a drink and not doing a whole shot.
Yeah.
Or we'd
Yeah,
be in
absolutely.
trouble.
And I'll tell you, I love the Elijah barrel proof rye. That's what I had when we did the tour.
You bottled
That's what
your
I
own
chose.
barrel proof rye.
I bottled my own barrel proof rye.
That video, I don't think it's dropped yet, but there will be a video of that experience with you barreling your own there at the Heaven Hill Experience.
Yeah, this one's 12 years, 3 months, so it's got some good age on it. 108 proof, not as high as some of the other barrel aged or barrel proof products out there, but rye's got that spice of its own, so it doesn't always have to be high proof.
No. Well, any product from Elijah Craig, I'm all for. I did not bottle this one at the experience, but I did enjoy sampling it. So,
well, it was a really tough decision between the Larceny, the Elijah Craig bourbon barrel proof, and the rye barrel proof. They were all very good. The Bernheim, it was good, but it just to me wasn't quite as good as the other three.
yeah, I don't think so either. Sorry, I've got people sending me text messages trying to figure out why this screen is the way it is. And it's, I don't know. I'm guessing we'll have to do more research on it. But I watched like a 3-minute video that this guy talked about it. I thought I knew what I was doing, but obviously I don't.
That's okay.
We'll see you in a bit, Will. I'm going to bring Roger back in. It's like playing musical chairs. Roger.
Yeah.
Did you see where Green River was awarded the best whiskey for 2025 at the New York World Spirits Competition?
Yeah, and it was was it their weeded bourbon or was
It wasn't their weeder. It was just I
the
believe
overall label?
overall, yeah, Green River. That's just a graphic I already had and put it back in
Yeah,
there.
that makes sense to me just because for the price point, for price points as far as their base levels, their bourbon, their weeded bourbon, and their rye, I think they're pretty good value bourbons, as we experienced when we went to the tasting room. And then, of course, they've got the barrel proof versions, which are still relatively reasonable. I think they're in the $60 to $70 price range. So I think that's what makes them real popular. Uh, maybe that's part of what they judged it on. The fact that it is a attainable bourbon that you can pick up, and it's relatively affordable.
Yeah. It is affordable and it is readily available. You can just about find it anywhere. All right, we're going to move on to one more story here, and that is talking about a rye and how rye whiskey is making a comeback. It seems like there's more and more distilleries, craft distilleries also, that are, starting to really do some great ryes. And so, with the whole uptick in those craft distilleries, I think we're going to keep seeing this trend happening, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Russell's, and a lot of them have a ton of rye put down. That's part of the thing. They got it. So we're going to see more of the product out there. I know that one of the most popular ones out there was something that Jim Beam did back in the early stages of Booker's. They had a Booker's rye, which was very, very popular. And the people that had got one of those when they came out uh, it's become a real rarity, and it become a trendy bottle on all the aftermarket auctions. I think it's probably going for about $2,000 a bottle or something.
Wow. That's crazy. All right,
I think
Roger. Good to see you. Good to see you leave too.
You shouldn't be that way towards Roger.
Will, what do you
What?
think about the rye resurgence?
Well,
What's your opinions?
I think it might be what helps keep some distilleries alive, right?
It could be that
with-
and woodchucks.
Yeah, with that and woodchucks, yeah. Because
If we keep
with
saying
people-
woodchuck,
we won't say anything else.
that might keep the distilleries alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But I'm just thinking that people moving on from bourbon to other things, maybe they'll pick up rye, and that'll keep some of these craft distillers going.
yeah, it could be.
I enjoy a good rye.
We'll
So-
see what happens.
Yep.
That's the whole thing. All right, Will, good to see you this week. I know that I will see you next week in person.
Absolutely.
The day before Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that here later in the show. So,
Yep, having a Thanksgiving throwdown.
there you go. Thanks, Will. All right, folks. It is that time of night where I search to see how I get this off of my screen. So you can see me instead of me doing this. I'll just jump over here and do that. How about that? There we go. So, folks, I know you're probably tired of hearing us talk about going to Bardstown in October and everything. And man, it was such a great time. And while we were there, one of the highlights of the actual trip was we went to the new Heaven Hill Springs experience. I'm going to bring Roger back in. And that was a heck of a good time, wasn't it, Roger, at the Heaven Hill experience that we got to do?
And there were so many things I learned on why the new distillery was placed where it was. And, I know apparently there's a preserve down there in the creek that's right below. They have a woodchuck nest. And, they're protecting the woodchucks. And so, but again, it is the distance from the original distillery to the new. There's a reason for that. And so we're bringing an expert on that in today.
Yeah. Well, like I was talking backstage, I've been on quite a few distillery tours and whatnot. And it's always, in my opinion, and my lovely wife's opinion, that what makes or breaks it is your guide. And I'm going to tell you, we're bringing one in here and right now. Not only is she a great tour guide, but she's also on the barrel rolling team. And not only that, Roger, she likes woodchucks as well. And she was in the movie Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Let's bring her in. No other than Miss Jennifer Gray. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey.
I love you in that movie.
I wish I could dance like that, but I can't take credit for that one. But I am Jennifer Gray, Gray.
Gray. How does Jennifer Gray spell her name? Grey?
Grey. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
she's impostering you. That is.
Yeah, close enough.
She's
Well,
Yeah.
Jennifer goes by also the Bourbon Barbie. Now, if you ever get to Bardstown, I'm telling you, I know you're not the only one that does the tours at Heaven Hill Springs, but is there a way, like, if any of our people come up there, can they, like,
yeah.
Can they
So
request
what you need
you?
to do, you go to heavenhillbourbonexperience.com, and on there is where you can sign up for any of the tours. The You Do Bourbon, where you guys bottled your own bottle, you can do that there. But there's also Heritage Rising. That's the one where you actually get to tour the new Heaven Hill Springs Distillery. And on there, when you reserve how many people you want, what time, what day, there's a little spot down the bottom that says notes. And you could say, I would love for Jennifer Gray or Bourbon Barbie, because they all know who I am, to be my tour guide. And they do everything in their power to make sure that that happens. But, you know, I do get off days too. So we try our best.
Well, you do a great job there.
Thank you.
I know when I got off the tour bus and you were standing right there and you saw the Heaven Hill Springs new distillery there, and you probably thought, who is this idiot walking up with this camera, jockeying in position? And you know, I could have asked you to mic up, but I didn't, and I just kind of followed you around with my little camera gear. And by the end of the tour, you're like, walk through this door and look out here, and you can see this, and you know, and one thing leads to another, and then that's why we have you on the show, and we're really psyched about it.
Well, I'm excited to be here.
Now, and of course, you had audio issues, and you're not even going to believe what I'm having on my end. You are like 2 centimeters tall right now. I hit a button, and the whole screen shrinks like, honey, I shrunk the kids. And I don't know how I'm even going to get through this whole show. I'm
already not tall, so thanks.
Teeny tiny.
I think she's normal. We're good.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what Craig did.
I don't know what I did. I just hit a button and then this happened. So whatever. I'm just gonna wing it and hopefully hold on. I'm gonna hit one button, see if no, that didn't do it. I'm just trying to do anything, dang it, to bring this back up.
You know who I'll blame? Woodchucks.
Oh, see there. You're by yourself now, Craig.
Maybe you should.
Sorry, Roger. Sorry. I'm trying to see. Oh, hold on. Oh, now you're all big screen, and now I can't. God dang it. Now you're back right. I don't know. It's just one of those. I think it must be the curse of the woodchucks.
Oh.
It is.
All right, folks, we're going to get into this conversation now. And Jennifer, I just need to ask you there, what is one of the things that visitors are always surprised about when they come to the new facility? It's only been open, about 2 months now?
It's been open since September the 8th of this year, and people are shocked to know that they're some of the first people to ever visit the place, because we're the second largest producer of bourbon in the world. We make 2,000 barrels of bourbon a day at Heaven Hill, and they're shocked that this place is brand new. They always are saying, well, where do you make your bourbon at? Why are you brand new here? So I love getting to tell them the story of when Heaven Hill changed. November the 7th, 1996, when they experienced the biggest fire that anyone in the industry had ever had to face. And it's amazing that we literally rose from the ashes to be where we are now. And it did take a long time, 29 years exactly, to be back in Nelson County making bourbon again. So we are all very, very proud of this building.
One of the things I was surprised to learn, and you'd mentioned it, and I kind of alluded to it earlier. Why was the new distillery placed where it was, in the proximity to
where it's at? Okay, so there's these things called DSP numbers, and anybody who's ever bought Bottled and Bond or anything Green River, everybody is very proud of your DSP number. So DSP stands for Distilled Spirit Plant. And since we have 2 distilleries, that means we have 2 DSP numbers. And our Bernheim distillery in downtown Louisville, where we've produced everything since 1999 when we bought it from Diageo, is DSPKY 1. It's the ultimate supreme Kentucky royalty, because everybody wants to be the first registered distillery in bourbon world. And that's us, baby. Well, DSPKY 31 is our DSP number for the old Heaven Hill Springs Distillery, the one that burned down. Well, it took us a long time to find the correct piece of property, because first off, this building is huge. It's going to take a lot of landscape our real estate to build this building. Well, the other part was we knew if we built within a 4-mile radius of that old DSP, that Kentucky would let us keep that DSP. Well, we did it, and we are within a 4-mile radius. So we are still DSP KY 31. Otherwise, it'd have been 24,800 and something. So
Wow.
it took a lot of planning to go into this place.
I
Nothing
find
was
that
done
really.
willy-nilly.
I know a lot of geek stuff. I did not know that at all. And
Mhm.
we're going to bring back the old distillery number.
Yeah, so we got to keep it.
There you go. That's a pretty cool thing to, and it's just a law, right? I mean, it's kind of like bourbon has to be 51% corn. I mean,
Yes.
it's just, and you probably paid a lot more money for that property.
I have no idea what they paid for the property, but it was worth every penny and then
I
some.
bet it,
Because it is beautiful.
was.
They purchased it from the Speed family, and a lot of people in Louisville know Speed for the J.B. Speed Art Museum at the University of Louisville and the Speed Engineering School. So that family actually lived there. So it's kind of fun because I am an alumni from the University of Louisville. So it's kind of like my whole life kind of came back around to this point, because I remember the fire in '96. Dating myself, I was 16 years old when that happened, but it was tremendously awful. But even as kids, we knew it was bad, but it smelled good.
Yeah.
It smelled like s'mores.
Oh my gosh. So, can you kind of give us a little background on how you started in the bourbon business, if you will?
Yeah. So
how did you get from point A to point B in your journey?
well, where I'm at now, I had to prove first off that I knew what I was talking about. A lot goes on in the whole fermentation distillation process. So I used to do the experiences back at the visitor center. You do bourbon, bottled and bond, whiskey connoisseur. Oh, my favorite one is called Larceny Sips and Snacks, where we do weeded bourbon and weeded whiskey and show you how to apply it at like a party, like how to eat a charcuterie board while drinking bourbon. It's a good thing. But anyway, before that, I used to do mortgage closing. Man, that was a great job. Paid well, but I knew it was a not forever job. But I was a teacher. I taught first grade. I was a substitute teacher, and it just kind of stayed on there for a good long time. So that's where I kind of refined my storytelling abilities.
So what you're saying is, you said kindergarten?
First grade.
First grade. So you were really infusing whiskey into those first graders, huh?
We'll just say their parents were strong influencers. But my love for the bourbon trail actually started on my honeymoon. My husband took me to Heaven Hill, of all places. Well, I wasn't a bourbon drinker. I was a wine drinker. And he was like, well, you know, I designed bourbon distilleries for a living, so I had to kind of learn to love it. Well, I sure did. And I'll tell you, one of the very first bourbons I ever really, really fell in love with, Wild Turkey 101. Man, that's a classic. I love Wild Turkey 101 and Very Old Barton. You guys never had them? Try them. They're wonderful.
Yeah, Very Old Barton is one of those inexpensive whiskeys that my nephew loves it. And I was at a store about a year ago in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and they had it for like $11, a bottle or something. And I called him. I said, "How many do you want?" And he goes, "See if you can talk them down any lower." And they're like, "It's $11." I mean, Oh, but speaking of Wild Turkey 101, you know whose birthday it is today, right, Jennifer?
Whose birthday?
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy turned 92 years old today.
Really?
He sure
Well, you know
did.
what's funny? We just celebrated Elijah Craig's birthday the other day.
Yeah. Jimmy is
Hmm.
just about as old as Elijah Craig, probably.
Well, Elijah's got him by a couple
100 years.
years.
Yeah, well. But I tell you what, I bet Elijah wasn't 92 years old and still drawing a paycheck from his whiskey like Mr. Jimmy is.
No, actually, Elijah Craig died a very poor man.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you are correct in that assumption. Oh, he was right next to the woodchuck. Ah.
Cheers.
I didn't
Boy,
even tell
y'all
you guys
gonna
what
make,
I'm
you're gonna
drinking.
make me get up and have to get another pour over there.
Well, so they're drinking Larceny, and so am I. I'm drinking the Larceny A1. Which one? Yeah, A125, 125.
A125.
Since you
See,
brought
she's got
that
the
up,
new label. She's
I
got the new label
do.
bottle. And the old labels had with the keyhole that you can see through.
Yes,
Yep.
yours is much, much cooler. Mine's
So-
pretty because it has copper on it. And at the bottom of mine, it says stolen by Johnny Fitzgerald. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Stolen. Well, you know what we're going to do first? We are actually going to give away this bottle right here. It's Larceny batch number A124, 124.2 proof. And if you folks want to get in on this, all you have to do is hashtag Larceny. And that will get you a chance to win this bottle.
That's pretty easy.
It is. Now, if you have any friends, Jennifer, watching, if they want to get in on this, they have to subscribe to the channel because that's the only way that you can actually comment on the channel. So if you subscribe, it automatically lets them be able to put in the hashtag. So
You guys hear this,
hashtag
right?
Larceny if you want to win this bottle of Larceny. So moving on, Heaven Hill has a really deep history. We all know that it's still family owned and operated. And talking about the new Heaven Hill Springs location, what's the next chapter? I mean, this just opened, but if you could explain, because when we were doing the tour about the expansion of what they can actually do there is pretty amazing.
Yes. So right now we're at phase 1. So we have one still that produces 500 barrels a day. We have 10 90,000 gallon fermentation tanks, one 90,000 gallon beer well, 4 11,000 gallon cookers. But that's just phase 1. Phase 2, we're going to add more fermentation tanks and another still that's also capable of producing 500 barrels a day. And in phase 3, you guessed it, another still, more fermentation tanks. And we will also be producing 1,500 barrels a day, which is what Bernheim produces. So one day, Heaven Hill will have the capabilities of producing 3,000 barrels of bourbon a day. Pretty impressive. So look out, Jim Beam, we're coming for you.
That's just crazy to even think about it. And the way the Heaven Hill Springs is set up, I guess it was really, now did your husband have anything to do with designing that?
No, he was kind of jealous about it because it is beautiful and they put a lot of thought into it, not just for today's production, but for our future expansion. We have walls that are temporary that are going to come down. Where outside's already prepped and ready. We just have to put in the new equipment, pop the wall back up. And the biggest thing is these distilleries are usually built around your equipment, like your stills. So our roof is actually retractable. So when it's time to add another one in, the roof will come off. We'll put it back in there, pop the roof back on. It's pretty amazing. A lot of forethought went into this brand new building, but we kind of had a great example. So our Bernheim distillery is over 100 years old. It's been expanded upon and expanded upon. Now, my husband did go in there and do what they call P&IDs for the Bernheim plant, just kind of drew what they have existing so they know what they can fix. So that was kind of a jumbled up mess. But when you have an example of what you don't like and you can correct it and make it to what is your dream distillery, that's kind of what Heaven Hill Springs is. So yes, we're keeping Bernheim. One, we're never getting rid of DSP KY1, but our stills over there, they're like a cast iron skillet. They're perfectly seasoned to make our award-winning whiskey. So why in the world would we sell it? Plus, we're making 1,500 barrels a day where we can only make up to 500 barrels a day at Springs. So we would really be doing ourselves a huge disfavor by getting rid of Bernheim.
It's such a beautiful facility, like you say. It's tough to shoot. It's tough to shoot video in it because there's so many glass walls
That's
Where
because it was designed for tours.
Yes, I mean exactly. I know I was always jockeying for position to try to get you, with the lot behind me facing you,
Which
as
is a task.
well. I mean, it's so big, it's so expansive. It just really blows your mind when you walk into a place like that compared to,
Maker's
say
Mark.
like a Maker's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Which is impressive in itself. Of this is just
The history in there, and our fermentation tanks are different. I refer to Maker's Mark every single day because if they've never toured Maker's Mark, it's a 30-minute drive from Bardstown. It's beautiful. And when you get to Maker's Mark, especially in the spring, oh man, it is so nice. It's definitely worth a visit. But yeah,
He can do it in 20.
I was going to say how many minute drive, because
Stop,
I
30.
He can do it.
Did you get lost, or did you drive
no,
like
no,
a
no,
demon?
we had went to Wilderness Trail, and I thought our tour started at 2:30, and then we realized it started at 2. So like we were going down the back roads about 75 to 95, and
We're
Boy, you're
bootlegging.
lucky to be
roads are-
alive. Those are
You're
not big
bootlegging.
streets.
Hey, we walked in with about a minute to spare.
Hands on your knees, going.
Not
We
me.
did it.
Not me. I mean, now the people in the back, they were a little nervous, but
I bet white knuckled, sweat all over your body. I can imagine. Oh.
Well, I tell you, the other thing I would notice about the new distillery, which I thought was just really neat, is how worker friendly it is.
Oh, yes.
Because I know with a lot of the places we went and toured at different times. I mean, I know the one that I always remember, and you can't go there anymore, is Barton's distillery.
Right down the road. Yep.
The people that were doing some of the production work, they stood right out there next to the still where it was 110 degrees. And they had to walk up a little stairwell that we had too, that rickety rackety. They really done a lot of work with the new facility at your place to make it very worker friendly.
Oh yes. Oh, sorry. My phone's
I'll
going
tell you,
crazy.
we're gonna bring in another man that you may remember, Jennifer. Let's see if I can figure out how to do all this. Apparently, I'm not on the right. There we go, Mr.
There we
Hey.
Bill Rocco.
You see any
Hey.
woodchucks over there?
Woodchucks, lots of woodchucks.
Well, woodchucks.
Man, Will is really he's on this woodchuck bandwagon.
Man, y'all.
Mm.
Barrel proof.
See, he got the larceny hat on. He's
That's right.
Way to
Now,
represent.
one of the things you
Look.
guys may or may not realize is when I
Larceny
take
glass.
and I highlight somebody like I highlight Jennifer here. Now, you don't really know what I'm doing in the background, and I had to go over and I had to grab my bottle of the barrel proof that I was drinking because all this woodchuck talk.
Oh, woodchuck.
God, I'm gonna run out.
That's what I did. I ran out. I had to go over and get some more. But let's talk about the other thing that you mentioned to us while we were on the tour, or not on the tour, but after the tour was over. You told me that you were on the barrel rolling team.
I am. I'm the
So-
first tour guide ever to join the team.
Really? So most of the people that are on the team,
They actually either work in the rick houses. A lot of the ladies have worked in a rick house previously, but they're on the bottling line. They're amazing people, and I am so glad I joined the team.
so tell us about it. What all is involved to be on the barrel rolling team? Now, I'm assuming you have women's team. You have a men's team. Do you have a?
We also do individuals. So
Okay.
the women's team is 4 women. The men's team is 4 men, and then obviously individuals. So with the barrel rolling team, I'll just use the women's for example. You have a person who clocks the barrel, which is definitely the hardest job because you have to know where the bung needs to be outside of that rick. So when you roll it in, that bung's at 12 o'clock because you are going to be subtracted if your bung is not correct. And we're not running because it's fun. We're running because you get money if you win. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go out there and practice early in the morning, especially in the summer. Oh, Lord, I lost 20 pounds this year because I joined the barrel rolling team. When you're out there in steel toes and you're wearing gloves and you are running as fast as you can, moving full 500-pound barrels from a dead stop through this course. First off, barrels do not like to move on wood. And of course, all the ricks are made of wood, but we have metal plates at the corners. So the way our course goes, you start off in like a jump lunge because that's how you get the barrel to move. And you hold the edges and you jump lunge and then you start rolling the barrel. And you keep your hands on the outside of the barrel. You don't do this in the middle because your barrel's going to wobble. And then it can fall off the rick. And then you got a whole nother set of problems. And well, you ain't winning money that way. But anyway. So you start out straight and then you come up to metal plate at the corner. And if you've ever driven a 0-turn mower, you know how it does this little push-pull thing? Well, that's how you get the barrel to turn. So you kind of put on the brake and you push the back end of the barrel around. Now you're going straight again. And then you turn one more time and then you're at the entrance of the brick. And that's where the clocker starts their job on figuring out where that bung has to be. I remember the first one was 15 up. So I always assumed it had been by the hour, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Oh no, that would have been way too easy. So 15 up would be where the bung's basically pointing to your knees. So 15 minutes to the top. And then 15 over in respect would be 15 minutes past the top of the barrel. So they tell you where that bung needs to be. You go as fast as you can, push, pull, rocking, however you got to get it into that rick. And you have about a 1/2 inch wiggle room on each end of that rick before you're smashing your fingers. And it's going to slow it down too. Now the second person is feeding this clocker the barrels. So the second person is catching from the third person who's catching from the fourth person. Now the fourth person job is my favorite because you can grab a barrel or two at a time, kind of get it started. Then you're pushing that barrel to the next person and give it a good kick. Then you turn around, grab the next one and kick because you got to get 10 barrels through this course, hopefully in less than a minute. So you are flying. So person number 2 has to run the rick. And that's really hard too because the clocker's pushing the barrel in, turn around, grabbing another one, clocking it, pushing it in. So the person running the rick takes those barrels all the way to the end because your barrels don't count until they're at the end of that rick. So you got to get all 10 stacked up. But also that person has one other important job. You are the last chance to try to get those bungs at 12 o'clock. So if it's laying in this way, you can kind of force it over by smacking it as hard as you can. Remember, you got a 1/2 inch space for your fingers. So you're smacking and running and pushing. And yeah, 1 minute feels like 3 days.
Wow.
So it is the hardest, most fun job I've ever done. And I'm proud that we got 3rd place. At Buffalo Trace got 1st place. But I'm telling you, 3rd place in the rain because barrels also don't like to move when they're wet. So nobody got hurt. That was the most important thing. And we all got $100. So cheers to that.
Woodchuck.
Cheers. Woodchuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is one of the cooler things I've ever done. And I never, ever would have thought that I would have been associated with something like that. Because when I was in college, I was a professional flautist. I was in the marching band and the pep band. I played flute and piccolo. Never would I have thought that I would have been considered an athlete by ESPN because ESPN The Ocho still counts, featured the barrel rolling. So I'm officially an athlete.
Awesome. Now, is there some YouTube videos? Do I need to go searching?
There's lots of stuff. Yeah, go look up. It's sponsored by the Independent Stave Company, so ISC. I look for ISC Barrel Rolling Competition or Bourbon Festival. It's been going on for many years, and Heaven Hill won a lot. We got to bring it back now. So I'm going to be out there starting, I think it's April or May, we're going to start practice again. So I'm ready. I've been lifting weights. I've been pushing a sled in the gym, which is not fun, but now I know why. Because
I mean, do you have a barrel at home full of like water that you like practice on?
Well, I have empty barrels at home, but my barrels are garbage shape. They wouldn't even hold water. But we have a practice course at work. It's actually outside of the visitor Center. So if you ever do the Bottled and Bond experience, it is literally right outside that window. And if you go in the summer, you've probably seen me running around like a fool pushing a barrel around. But it's super fun. I'm telling you, I had no idea I'd lose 20 pounds pushing a barrel, or I would have done that years ago.
I was amazed at that game we played one year when we went there to find those courses at the distilleries.
Oh,
Because everyone has one.
Oh,
because they if they're part of that competition, Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, Bardstown Bourbon, Maker's Mark, Jim Beam, Potter Jane has a team. Well, they had a men's team. They need a women's team. Let's see who else. Who else was there? Green River. They have a women's team.
Green River has had a cool.
I'm trying to remember. There was 11 distilleries that took part in it this year. So we need more. We have a lot more than 11 distilleries in Kentucky. So come on, y'all. It's fun.
I mean, yeah, y'all should start this up, like, be like the Olympics.
Well, I tell people it's the most Kentucky sport, not basketball.
So since you've been on ESPN Ocho, so that means you're famous, right? So if somebody wanted to go to the distillery and pick up a bottle,
I would sign it. I've signed many bottles.
But is there one that would have a particular label or anything like that?
I was waiting for that. Yes. So Heaven Hill is getting ready to have our 90th birthday. December 13th is our 90th birthday. And our owner, Max Shapira, is one really amazing person. And our barrel rolling team is featured on a special label of Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond 7-year. We have a whole artist series that kind of captures all of Heaven Hill. We have one with our rick houses, the ones that caught fire, our 1941 Ford truck that's in front of the Visitors Center. We have our Bernheim Distillery. We have our new Heaven Hill Springs Distillery. And then we have one that features our barrel rolling team. And I've signed a few different bottles on that one. I actually had our barrel rolling team sign my bottle.
When we were at the distillery, we went to try to find that bottle, and we could not find it there.
Oh, it was all sold out that day.
I guess. And then I was in Memphis. I was in Memphis end of October, or sometime in October, and they had every liquor store would have them, but we couldn't find the barrel rolling team. Well, then my wife Googled it, and it said that it wasn't out yet.
Oh, it's out there. It's just, I kept telling everybody.
Find one because, we had talked about doing that as a giveaway and having you sign it, but we were out of luck. We couldn't find the bottle with the barrel rolling team on it. So
part of that's my fault because I tell people how cool it is, and then they want me to sign it, and they're gone. So I'm sorry, y'all, but it does exist. It's becoming a unicorn.
It does exist.
I could sign this larceny bottle tonight. I mean,
right?
I would sign Woodchuck 25.
Woodchuck.
Absolutely.
Speaking of unicorn bottles, one of the people I don't think know is there is a special bottle that you can get for going and going to the new distillery, seeing Bourbon Barbie, and it is the Heaven Hill Unity bottle.
Sure is. Look at you guys.
You want to give us a little information on that? Is there any of these left?
All right, I see we have bottle 83. What's your bottle number, Roger?
My bottle is 2221.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so Master's Unity Blend is a very, very special bottle that's it was kind of an accident, and it's never going to be made ever again. So you guys are holding some history right there. So part of the barrel rolling team is one of my friends on the men's team. Well, he actually works in the brick houses, and he pulls barrels in and puts them out and, in out all day long. Well, he was taking some barrels out to take to bottling one day and came across one that didn't have a UPC code. Well, they all have to have UPC codes so they know exactly what it is, how old it is, even though you could read the barrel head on there. But sometimes that angel's share. You get some of that harmless fungus that comes on there and makes it to where you can't really read the barrel head anymore. So UPC is kind of a quick fail safe there. Well, since it didn't have the UPC code on it, he had to pull it out to tape it into his manager to get one on there. Well, while he was waiting, he looked at the barrel head and he goes, this thing says it was made in 1991, but that was before the fire. That's impossible, right? So the fire taught us that our rick houses were too close together. So all the rick houses that survived the fire, except for one, had to be emptied, torn down, moved, rebuilt, and refilled, meaning they were taking barrels and shoving them anywhere they could find a place. Well, this one barrel got lost in the lower level of the rick house, which barrels are there for 10, 20, 25 years. That's not uncommon. But for one to get lost in the shuffle should have been not able to happen. But we were also going from everything being written in the ledger book to being computer controlled. So for us to just lose one barrel, it's pretty damn good, right? Well, this barrel, when they opened it up, it didn't have a lot of stuff left in it. And what was left? Oh, it was awful. It was like leaking the inside of a barrel, charred water. So they took the little sample out and they took it in. They were trying to proof it down, see what they could do to salvage it. And honestly, what it needed was other bourbon to kind of calm it down and mellow it out. So they took barrels from Denny Potter, who was our previous master distiller, who came to us from Maker's Mark, and our current master distiller, Connor O'Driscoll. I'm telling you, Connor is a man of many talents. Bourbon is just one of them. But anyway, they took all these barrels, put it together with that one little barrel that Parker Beam himself had made. And what a delicious bourbon that is. If you guys have never gotten to come out and try it, you are really missing out. It is not only just a unicorn, but it's a delicious unicorn. And a pour of it on its own is $60 for a 1.5 ounce pour at our bar. But you can only buy that bottle at our distillery. And there's less than 5,000 bottles, somewhere between 4,000 and 4,500. They didn't give us an exact total. So I just say less than 5,000, kind of be on the safe side. But when it's gone forever. But what a cool story behind it, right?
It is. Mm-hmm. And it is very, very delicious pour.
Yes.
107 proof.
107 proof.
It was the surprise of the day because we were both thinking it was kind of like, well, there's a story behind it and we won't get it. But when we had the tasting and we got to taste it, we were all like, okay, we got to find a way of getting a bottle of this.
I'm glad that we get to let you guys taste it before you buy it, because I am a big believer in, if I'm going to spend that much money on something, I want to know it's something that I'm going to actually drink. Because we have this thing in Kentucky, if we make the bourbon, we want you to drink the bourbon, not just keep it on your shelf as a prize, because it's delicious. And you only live for a short amount of time, so enjoy your time here.
Even woodchucks like it.
Sure do.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Do y'all want to do you want to give away a bottle right now, or do you want to wait till the end of the interview? Jennifer, you tell me. What do you want to do?
Giveaway.
Okay, we're gonna do it, folks. I'll give you the last call right now. If you have not, go and type in hashtag larceny. It has to be a capital L, LARCENY. And we're gonna pull this up real quick. Let me figure out how to do this.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, I know how to do it. I promise. I just have to do it.
Over there with them woodchucks.
Oh my God,
woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
What I'm really doing is I'm just stalling right now, so those stragglers can go ahead and get on and
yeah, all the people members of the channel yet can subscribe, and then you get to put in the hashtag larceny in there.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, sorry, I had the wrong screen pulled up, but I'm going to get it fixed. I promise. We're going to share the right screen, not the wrong screen. We're going to share the larceny screen. All right, just give me a second. I'm trying to get
the larceny screen.
There you go.
All right, I don't know how that. Yeah, it's going to fit us all in there. All right, so nice. Here we go. We're going to run it. We're going to roll it right now. This
Drum
is for a
roll.
bottle of oh, you want me to do a drum roll? Hold on.
Ooh, yeah,
I can do the drum roll. You remember that now.
that's right.
Hold on. Drum roll. I gotta find it, but then I'll do it.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. We're spinning. Who's gonna be the winner of the larceny? A124.
Father
Father
Falls.
Fugue.
Hey,
Hey.
winner,
Yes.
chicken dinner.
Here's the great thing about Father Fugue winning is he works in Conway where I live. So this is going to cost me nothing to ship.
Hey, you're a winner too.
There you go. So congratulations, Chris. If you want to come by and get your bottle tomorrow, I'll bring it to the office, and you can you're more than welcome to come by and get it.
And a free woodchuck. And a free woodchuck.
And a woodchuck.
Yep.
Jennifer, do you want to tell us a story about larceny?
I thought you'd never ask. Okay. So larceny has a huge history behind it, even though it's only been around since 2006. And part of it involves Craig's shirt there. Craig, could you stand up for a second?
Can you see that?
Say? Old Fitzgerald, right? Okay, so we're going to go into a little history lesson here, and it's going to involve something from 1897 called the Bottled and Bond Act. And if you've never heard of the Bottled and Bond Act, well, that's the first thing Congress ever passed to protect us consumers, not the FDA. The FDA was created 9 years after the Bottled and Bond Act. So the reason behind that was because of these people called rectifiers. Now, rectifiers, they were kind of opportunist. So back then, you used to be able to go to a distillery where you could buy a barrel of White Dog. And you could take it home and put it in your own barrels and age it to become your own whiskey. If you wanted to add something like vanilla beans or orange peels to kind of change the flavor, you could do that. Well, we also had some bad rectifiers. So bad rectifiers would get that White Dog, and then they would start adding stuff to it because they didn't want to wait 4, 5, 6, 7 years for their whiskey. They were out to make a quick buck. So they were adding stuff like iodine, turpentine, formaldehyde, gunpowder, tobacco spittoon juice, even rusted nails. Literally anything they could find to make that new make look like aged bourbon. So when they put it into a jar and they took it to the corner market or pharmacy and marketed it as bourbon, well, you, the unsuspecting consumer, thinks, well, that's bourbon. I've been buying it for years. So they buy it, take it home, drink it. And well, if you've ever had bourbon before, you got that stuff, I'm sure you were spitting it out because there's no way that tasted good. But on the flip side, there were people who were like, well, it's supposed to burn. It's medicinal. It's bourbon. Well, then they'd go to sleep, and the next day when they woke up, if they woke up, well, they were sick, bare minimum, but a lot of times they were going blind. I mean, gunpowder, iodine, formaldehyde. So bourbon sales started to decline. So Colonel E.H. Taylor from Buffalo Trace and Ezra Brooks from Jim Beam are who we have to thank for modern bourbon, because they went to local legislation and said, hey, you guys have to do something to help us because we're making legitimate bourbon and we can't sell it because all these yahoos are out here mixing up whatever they can find, selling their bourbon to your taxpayers, and they're dying. Oh, that keyword of taxpayers is all it took. Oh, not our tax money. I mean, taxpayers. I think there's something we can do to help. And in true government form, they taxed it. So to this day, sadly, bourbon is the highest individually taxed item in the United States at 60%. To this day, because once the tax is added to something, it doesn't come off.
No, never.
So, but because of that, we have the Bottled and Bond Act. So to this day, to be called Bottled and Bond, like you guys have some Bottled and Bond products, like Old Fitzgerald there, it has to have several criteria. One, it is always going to be 100 proof. You can find that on that label that it says 100 proof. Two, it has to have your DSP number listed on there. So since we have those two distilleries and we've been making everything at Bernheim, that bottle of Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond you have has two DSP numbers. It has DSPKY1, where it was made, and DSPKY31, where it was bottled. That way, if something is to go wrong, they can track it back and know where to find it at. Then it also has to be made in one season and one season only. So you can't mix fall and spring barrels. So spring is January 1st to the end of June. Fall is July 1st to the end of the year. So that's why sometimes it takes us a little while to get some product out, because we don't get as much in the fall as we do in the spring. But just because of temperature and evaporation. But anyway, it also has to, let's see, what is the other one? Oh, it has to be aged at least 4 years in an oak container in a federally bonded rick house. So all 80 plus of Heaven Hill's rick houses are federally bonded, meaning we can put any barrel in any place at any time and not go, oh, well, we can't put this bottle and bond in here because it's not bonded. So we just cut to the chase and everything's bonded. Well, back then, not anymore, but part of the Bottle and Bond Act meant every distillery had to have a U.S. Treasury agent live on site so that they could make sure that there was nothing extra added to any of those barrels. Just new make in there, aging away, getting tasty. No gunpowder, no formaldehyde. So that leads us to the most famous of all the U.S. Treasury agents, Johnny Fitzgerald. Now, Mr. Fitzgerald actually lived on site at the Old Judge Distillery, which used to be in Frankfort, but they did not survive Prohibition. Only 7 did. The oldest is Trace. And they're very proud of that, as they should be. Quite the accomplishment. But anyway, so John Fitzgerald had one of 2 keys to the rick houses, and the master distiller had the other. That way they could make sure that nobody was in there that shouldn't be in there. Well, you live in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, at the turn of the century. You're smelling angel share day in and day out. Eventually, temptation got to Mr. Fitzgerald. And he knew that those sidewalks rolled up at 9 p.m. So come midnight, he was free to kind of roam the grounds and help himself to those rick houses. Because, somebody's got to make sure that definitely nothing has been added to those barrels. Well, he would go into those rick houses and have a little sample here and a little sample there. And eventually, Mr. Fitzgerald found the best barrels in the whole rick house, which, spoiler alert, woodchuck. But anyway, the place in the rick house is the Fort Stores. That always produces like the best flavors. I don't know why. Parker Bean knew why, but we still use our barrel placement based on what he did. But anyway, so John Fitzgerald's in there tasting really good bourbon, getting all nice and loaded, and then he'd go to poker night with his buddies and brag about having the best bourbon ever. Well, what do you think they said? Comes in the rick house filling up jugs and bottles to take to all his friends at poker night, because you can't say you have the best bourbon and not back it up, right? Well, it was the best bourbon that any of them ever had. And they told their friends, who told their friends, who told their friends. And before too long, half the city of Frankfort knew exactly where to get the best bourbon, and they knew that guy wasn't making it. So they kept it on the DL because they wanted more of that really good bourbon. Well, years went by from him stealing from these barrels, getting that very good bourbon. And eventually those barrels have to go to bottling, right? They don't stay in that rick house forever. So when the barrel rolling team went in to pull those barrels out, well, they were pulling out these empty barrels, like 10, 12, 14 barrels of nothing. So they had to go tell the old judge, somebody's stealing from you. So that night, the old judge went across the street and he did a stakeout and patiently waited. Well, about 1 o'clock in the morning, he saw a little lantern going through the rick house. And wasn't he excited to find out who'd been stealing from him all this time? Well, he did a little lap around that rick house looking for a horse, a buggy, a ladder, an accomplice, something, but nothing was there. But that must mean they're jimmying open and locked to the front door. That's literally the only other way into this rick house. So he went and waited by that front door, and he watched as that lantern got closer and closer and closer. And I don't know who was more shocked when that door opened, the old judge or John Fitzgerald, who was standing there with the armload of jugs. But he looked at him and he goes, "Really, John? You're the one stealing from me? I don't know if you're an idiot or a genius, but you just committed larceny." And that's how larceny got its name, which is why at the bottom it says stolen by Johnny Fitzgerald.
That's
I tell
pretty
you,
good.
yeah, you're an excellent storyteller.
Thank you. It's my favorite bourbon story. It's even better than
you
how
know-
Elijah Craig accidentally invented bourbon. Story for another
On
day.
our Discord, we have story time with Santa, and I almost warned everybody to get your blankets out because it's story time now. So,
Well, I can attest for one thing. I mean, I've never heard that story. It was a great story. People listen to my stories. They're really going to listen to your stories because you look so much prettier than I do. I mean, just right off the bat, you've
hair.
already got an advantage as a storyteller. Now, I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
As you were telling that story, my mind is wandering over here. So my shirt, Old Fitzgerald, that is John E. Fitzgerald.
Mhm.
So
that wasn't the whole story. That's just half the story.
Are you going to tell us the other half?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that was just kind of like the climax there.
Go back.
Hold on. I think some people need a drink. Woodchuck.
Woodchuck!
All right. So now, as Paul Harvey used to say, here's the rest of the story.
Man, he was a good storyteller. All right. So, of course, now that he knew who had been stealing from him, the old judge called the sheriff to come and arrest John. But while he was waiting, he decided to taste what he had in all those jugs. He tasted it and he goes, "Where'd you get this?" So, of course, John took him upstairs and showed him where he got it because he already knew he was in trouble. He was just kind of trying to lower some of the heat on him. Okay, well, this barrel came from here and this was here. Oh, this is the best barrel in the whole Rick house. Well, when the sheriff got there, he turned around and he goes, "Now, John, I'm not going to press charges, but you do not have a job as a treasury agent anymore. But how would you like to be my master taster? Your palate is impeccable. This is the best bourbon I ever had, and I can't have that talent sitting in a jail cell. Come work for me." It's only in Kentucky did he go from being a felon to having a job, and he never even got in that cop car. Now, how did we get it? Well, thanks to Pappy Van Winkle. So during Prohibition, a lot of these distilleries were going under. And, well, the legend of Old Fitzgerald had been passed down from generation, neighbor to neighbor. Everybody knew Old Fitzgerald was the best bourbon in town. Well, when they were closing, Pappy Van Winkle went in and said, "Hey, I would love to buy your Old Fitz label." And they were like, "Great, $50,000 and it's yours." Well, that was a lot of money in the 30s. During the Great Depression, $5 was a lot of money. So Pappy reached in his pocket and pulled out this wad of cash and slapped it on the table. And he goes, "How about $10,000? And they said, "How about?" Okay, that was a lot of money, especially in the 30s. So Pappy bought Old Fitz for $10,000. And then he gave it to Stitzel Weller. Now, Stitzel Weller is the one who we can thank for turning it into a wheated bourbon because they added a sprinkling of wheat by adding in that fourth flavor grain. Well, it's been changed since then, but that's how things kind of go around here. Well, they were eventually bought by Diageo in 1993. Well, when we bought the Bernheim Distillery in 1999, we also negotiated in that we wanted the Old Fitz label from them. And guess what? We got it for $10,000. What a bargain, right? Well, then we made Larceny in 2006. And we kind of marketed it as a poor man's Old Fitz because where Old Fitzgerald being bottled and bond is always 100 proof, our Larceny small batch is 92 proof. And then our barrel proof is all over the place. So like you guys are drinking a different one than I am, but this A125 is 125 proof. So if you were to add enough water, you could make your own Old Fitz by making it 100 proof. But why would you water down barrel proof? This stuff's amazing. Guess what? Woodchuck.
We'll drink to that.
But
that's one of the stories I told when we came back off of the tour was of how to make your own Old Fitzgerald 7-year that you had told us. Yeah, just water it down.
This would be let's see, what's A125? It doesn't have the age. Well, Larceny is normally a blend of 6 to 8 year old barrels, so you wouldn't have that exact age statement like a 7-year or 14 years. So it's somewhere between 6 and 8, but still, water down this A125. This is an amazing larceny. The my next favorite one would be the one that's in UD Bourbon right now. Man, that's a good larceny. You know that, right? Woodchuck. That's a good larceny.
I think we've got Jennifer on a roll here with the woodchuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It's a whole lot of wood tonight. A lot of woodchuck.
I hope
Yeah,
you
this
have a
is
way to get home tonight. That's or
that's
pass
the
out on the
Elijah
couch.
Craig from that.
Let's see. Is that the 135 proof?
Here,
135.
Roger, I'll zoom you in there, buddy.
Oh yeah, last 625. Okay. If anybody has ever had the Elijah Craig C923, to me that's better than C923. That is a very, very good Elijah Craig. And if it's not better, it's right there with it. But me,
I would have to agree with you. I think it is better.
That reminds me, you guys were talking about the barrel proof rye earlier. So the A925, which is very hard for me to say because normally it's C925, but since it was the first release of the year, it's A. 9's the month that was released, September 25. But 108 proof is a delicious, delicious rye. But the better one is in UD Bourbon right now. I think it's also Y625. It might be Y725. I can't remember. But it's 132 proof. And it is one of the very best rye bourbon or rye whiskeys I've ever had in my life. I have a bottle at home.
We're going to see what Will bottled that. Let's see which, is that it, Will?
Yeah, Y725. Right, oh,
here, Will. I'm going to
32 proof.
There you go.
Yep. Good juice. That is very good barrel juice. Oh, you still have your name tag on it. Aww.
I still have the name tag, yeah.
So that name tag, if you guys ever do that experience, the name tag is important for the cashiers because as tour guides, we have to do everything in there. So when people call in, we always have people to fill in everywhere. So when you're at work in the cash register, you have to check the ID because people know the only way to get those bottles, look at you, is to do that experience. And they'll look over there and see a name. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm Jonathan Fisher. Well, if I don't check your ID, somebody's going to take your bottle while you're upstairs eating lunch. So that's why that little neck thing is important. You can throw it away, but it's kind of fun because it has.
I mean, it's it's part of the experience to me. So it stayed right here on the bottle.
But you'd be amazed at how many people try to steal other people's bottles. And a lot of times,
crazy.
Because with that, you are literally writing your own label. So you saw that with his handwriting, not mine or anybody else's. That's his handwriting. So you can put whatever you want on that label. Yeah. Yep. But see, he has Chill Will on there. You could put Mama Juice. You could put my 30th birthday. You could put Bob's bachelor party. We don't care because that is your label to put in your bar. The only part that matters is that little neck tag because that's just for us workers so we don't give the wrong bottle to the wrong person. Because it happens. We try everything we can not to, but it doesn't.
But I mean, even though they're gonna take that bottle, they still have to pay for it though, right?
They do.
So there's really no advantage to stealing the bottle.
Right, but they will because Saturdays are always booked solid. And they come here wanting that rye. Well, they're going to look over there and say, man, I can't get in there, but I want that rye. Well, that guy's upstairs eating lunch. Yeah, that's me. And then if they don't check, you're taking the bottle and running. They don't care. They want the juice.
That's true. Yeah,
so that's why we do what we do.
Some people are just terrible, you know? I mean,
they ruin it for the
They do. Badly.
Just terrible. So Jennifer, you said earlier that you were a wine drinker before you became a bourbon gal, a bourbon Barbie.
Yeah.
These are not planned questions. They're just coming right out of the top of my head. So what is your favorite Heaven Hill product to drink? What is your favorite Heaven Hill?
Anything barrel proof. I would rather have barrel proof rye, the one that's in the UD Bourbon, but you can't buy that anywhere else on earth but the UD Bourbon Lab. So even for me to get it, I have to go to work over there and get it because it's not available anywhere. But barrel proof Larceny, barrel proof Bernheim, barrel proof Elijah Craig, barrel proof. Although, if you're wanting something I can go to Costco and buy, Henry McKenna all day long. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you actually showed me a picture of yourself today with a Henry McKenna shirt, standing at Costco in front of all the Henry McKenna, and that's a 10-year bourbon, right? I believe
it's 10-year single barrel. So I was at Costco. This is me today. I was like, look, it's me. But I had to take my dad to the eye doctor, and Costco's around the corner. So I was like, well, why not? If I'm here, might as well get some shopping in.
Might as well.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And you can't beat the price.
Oh, man, I know. Costco. So Costco is the largest liquor store in the world. So they have better prices than everybody else. And even though we make the stuff, they have better prices than we do. It's just how it is. We're one store. There are hundreds of stores.
So outside of Heaven Hill products, what would be your next favorite pour?
Eagle Rare 12 from Buffalo Trace.
Oh, now come
The
on.
12, not the 10.
Don't even. You know, the whole time that we were in Kentucky, we were there for 6 days in October.
Wow.
Could not find, never saw a bottle of it.
Nope.
You got to get lucky. And we all go to Buffalo Trace to get it, because about the only thing Buffalo Trace you can really get available in any of our stores is the Buffalo Trace bourbon. You're not going to find E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare. I mean, you might some of the mom and pop shops, but you're going to pay out the nose to get those bottles, because everybody in the world comes to Kentucky for bourbon, because we have a lot more than other places do, but everybody in the world is coming here to get it. So when these places do get it, it's gone.
Yeah, I would love to have an opportunity to even try the Eagle
Rare 12. Phenomenal. So the 10, I would drink all the time anyway. So my husband's working over at Buffalo Trace right now, and he was getting chatter that the 12 was coming out on Father's Day. Oh, they were not wrong. That was the first release, was on Father's Day. And I'm telling you, there's a reason we got 2 bottles.
If you ever want to sample out a 2-ounce pour,
you know a guy.
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying.
Right here.
And that guy he may dabble in the dark arts of doing an Eagle Rare 10 cherry toasted bottle too, which is
cherry's already the big note in there anyway, so that's intriguing.
So Roger's going to pull this out here, I think.
I was going to say he's on a mission now.
he's trying to find the Eagle Rare toasted cherry bottle right here.
Oh, look at that!
So, yeah. And it's definitely not Eagle Rare. It started as Eagle Rare, but it kind of morphs into a lot different cherry, creme brulee.
More of a dessert bourbon, if you would.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Christmas, you know. It's kind of like Christmas in a bottle. I don't know.
I like that. So
it's even harder to get than the Eagle 12.
I can imagine.
Well, I don't know about that, Will. I've got like 5 bottles myself of that, so I don't have any of the Eagle Rare 12. You know.
In January we'll have it, I promise.
Oh,
so Jennifer, the big news with Heaven Hill is they're coming out with their 90th edition or 90th
anniversary
bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that juice actually is? Is it
I know where it was.
Bottle?
So here's exactly what it was. So on our 80th birthday or anniversary, all of those barrels had a very special stamp that said that they were made on our 80th birthday. And they were placed in various different rick houses, mostly right across the street from the visitor center. Shoot, I used to point to them every single day when I would do bottled and bond tours. They were on the very bottom level of the very bottom of the rick. and that first floor of the Rick House Y. But they were in other Rick houses too. These are just the ones that we see every day. Well, those barrels, and people are mad because it's not exactly 10 years. Well, if it was exactly 10 years old, you wouldn't be buying it on the 90th anniversary. We had to put it in bottles previously. So they're like 9 years and 9 months or something like that. So that way they can be purchased on the 90th birthday. But that's exactly what it was. It was juice produced from Heaven Hill on our 80th anniversary. So it's almost 10 years aging in that barrel. And they didn't bottle them all. There are still some left in the Rick House. Speculation is they're saving that for our 100th anniversary. So that'll be some very special 20-year-old juice.
20-year-old juice, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to.
It'd be like
stick around
19 years and 9 months.
Yeah. You're gonna stick around as a tour guide for another 10 years. Try to get yourself a bottle of that.
Hopefully, as long as people keep coming and see me and leaving me good reviews.
Hey,
And how again do you do that?
Do what?
How do you request you as a?
So when they go online to Heaven Hill and they book their tours, there's a little spot at the very bottom. So after you put in the date that you want and how many people are coming, at the very bottom, there's a section that says notes. You can put, I would like Jennifer Gray to be my tour guide, or Bourbon Barbie, because like I said, they all know that I'm called Bourbon Barbie. Shoot, most people in Bardstown know that I'm Bourbon Barbie. You go to Evergreen Liquor and tell them Bourbon Barbie sent me on a half price day, which is Wednesday. Half price pours. No, half price pours on Wednesday. Half price pours on Wednesday.
So you're saying next time we're at Evergreen, we just tell Crystal Bourbon Barbie to put it on her tab?
Oh, she'd be like, no. But she'd know that I sent you for real. Crystal's awesome.
We like Crystal. But when we were in town there in October, me and Chill Will there, not on Wednesday, but I think it was Friday, we played a little game of bottom shelf pours. Like how many did we drink that night? Like 7 or 8 of the cheapest pours we could.
Like
$8
Brown, Bardstown, or no. What is the one Will it makes? Old Bardstown.
Oh, I was going to say Pot Still. No.
I know.
No.
Yeah,
Willet is really cool. I love their still, but I can't drink it. My palate is more column still, not pot still. So I love it. I send people there every day. But
have you been out towards Wilderness Trail, Danville, and seen their new facility?
I have not got to see it yet, but I was talking to them at Bourbon Festival, and I need to get out there. I really do.
It was quite impressive as we were driving over that day, and what is that over there? And
is it a woodchuck?
Yeah,
woodchuck.
Woodchuck. Hey Adam, if you're still out there, let her know what you think about pot stilled.
Everybody's palate is different, so just know that my palate just likes column still.
No,
but I can taste the difference. Yeah. Blindly, I can taste the difference. Okay, example. Here's a perfect example. So we make Square Six and Green to Glass. They're the same exact mash bill, but Square Six is made in our pot still, column still kind of morphed
combo
thing.
Yeah.
And then Green to Glass is made in a column still. Taste them side by side. So we have a rye bourbon, a wheated bourbon, and a rye whiskey. Most of the time, I just tell people try the wheated bourbon on both. Oh my gosh, huge difference. It's like soup versus stew. You can taste the difference. That's how you do it. Same exact mash bill. Mm-hmm.
I like that expression, soup to stew. I like that.
It is. It's like chunky. It's funky, like Jamaican rum.
Can we give away another bottle while we're here?
Yeah.
It's not a Heaven Hill product, but thanks to our one of our original bourbon legends, Mike Bortner, from up in Maryland area, he gave us a copper and cask, private batch, non-chill filtered 8-year bourbon here. That is, okay, somebody do the math. It's 58.1. So what's that, 116.2? Is that
somewhere
right?
around there? Yep. Mm-hmm.
So to win this bottle, all you have to do is type in COOPERCASK, copper cask. And
Why you
gonna
guys get
give
to
that away.
typing? That's
Yeah,
easy.
Jennifer, you can get in on this. You need to type your name in there, for Christ's sake.
I want you guys to win. I've got I get free bourbon every day at work, y'all.
You get free bourbon? No wonder you work there.
It's a perk.
So I know
I'm putting my name in.
I know like at Jack Daniels, every month the employees get a bottle of Jack. Is that how it works? Does it work like that at Heaven Hill or?
We get it 3 times a year. And actually, I just put in my order the other day. So we're going to be getting ours here, which is usually around Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, Christmas. So, but we get, what is it? Easter, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving. But it's never anything like Old Fitzgerald or Parker's or my favorite, William Heaven Hill. It's always, they give you a choice, a nice list. But Heaven Hill has over 1,000 different labels. Bourbon's only 30% of our business. We have like 64-ish bourbons and whiskeys. So this past one, I got some toasted barrel Elijah Craig, which is so underrated. If you guys have never had toasted barrel Elijah Craig, you don't know what you're missing out on.
Oh,
So the only difference between toasted barrel and small batch, because it's the same proof, it's 94 proof, is the way that it's finished. So about 8-ish, 12-ish weeks before it goes into that bottle, they take a brand new barrel and they slowly roast it for like an hour, hour and a half. And it's kind of like when you slowly roast a marshmallow for s'mores, how it really liquefies all the way inside. Well, it's doing some magic to all the sugar inside of that barrel. And then to be called bourbon, it has to have spent its entire life in charred oak barrel. It gets that 30-second blast of intense heat to give it that like crocodile skin looking like finish to it. Then that aged Elijah Craig goes into this toasted barrel and sits for 8 to 12 weeks. Then they bottle it, and the result is like toffee, butterscotch, super sweet dessert bourbon. But this is one of my ultimate suggestions for people. And normally I wouldn't suggest it, but when you pour a Glencairn, you want to keep the bourbon inside of the bulb of a Glencairn. Drink about half of it down. Delicious. Then I want you to add about 3 little drops of bourbon, not droppers, drops. And this is the most important part.
You mean water? Water.
Drops of water. Yeah.
You said because you said drops of bourbon.
I know. Hey, you said woodchuck too many times tonight.
I'm telling you. Look, I'm out.
Woodchuck. Oh, I gotta open this.
But this is the most important part.
B523.
So after you've added the water to that bourbon, you take that Glencairn and you're going to swirl it around for about 10 seconds. Really mix it up. What you're doing is opening up or blooming your bourbon. So the science behind it, a water molecule is about 1/6 of the size of an alcohol molecule. And when you add alcohol to water, the alcohol is going to float. You're not going to notice a couple drops in that glass. But when it swirls together, the water molecules are actually cutting open that alcohol molecule. So where there was flavor on the outside, you're cutting it open and you're releasing fresh flavor that hasn't touched oxygen yet, making it sweeter than it was before. Just a couple drops of water. So people are always scared to add stuff to the bourbon. Just a couple drops of water isn't going to change it that much. You're not lowering the proof. It takes a substantial amount of water to really lower that proof. You didn't change it much other than it's chemistry by opening up those molecules. Try it sometime. And the ones I recommended on is Toasted Barrel Elijah Craig, Toasted Rye, and our Elijah Craig Straight Rye. I don't recommend it on wheated bourbons. To me, I haven't really noticed that big of a difference, even though corn plus wheat equals sweet for the most part. Try it on those sometimes. It's amazing, especially that toasted barrel. Man, it's amazing.
You're a wealth of knowledge. You know it?
Thank you. I've been in bourbon country my whole life.
I'm telling you. Hey, what are you doing on New Year's Day?
Probably working.
Oh, y'all are open on New Year's Day?
I can't remember. We're closed 5 days a year, and I
was going to say, if you're not, you should jump on on New Year's Day, we're going to have a marathon. We're doing like 5 hours of broadcast New Year's Day. If anybody can wake up from being hungover from the night before, but I mean, I know it's getting late there, but damn, we need to have you back on.
Oh, I would love it. It's so fun.
So much knowledge, and it's either that or you're just really good at bullshitting your way through things to where we believe it. You know?
Oh, that reminds me. You guys were talking about the Stitzelweller 30-year-old juice. So here's something you might not know. So before Diageo purchased them in 1993, they used to consolidate the juice in the barrel. So those old barrels, say they had like 3 barrels. Well, once they started getting lower, they would consolidate the juice in those barrels to fill it up again with that aged bourbon so that it had more contact with the wood. Because, you know, heat's the most important element in aging bourbon anyway. So as the barrel's getting hotter, it's expanding and is pulling that alcohol deeper into the stave. Well, if you've got a half full barrel, you're only getting this much. But if you fill it all the way up, you're getting that whole entire barrel getting contact with that alcohol. Then when it gets cold, of course, the barrel contracts and the juice mixes itself. So that's kind of why the barrels are the most important. But that's why that Stitzelweller juice is, I'm sure it's worth $1,200. Am I going to buy it? No. But that's part of the reason why it's so special.
Hey,
Jennifer,
New Year's Day, when we do day drinking, we're going to get Craig to buy that. He's going to buy it New Year's Day. Yep.
All right.
So you gotta get them really good drunk New Year's Eve.
Guys,
That's right. I mean,
you tell the story while I go get the bottle.
yeah. Tell the story, Roger.
So we did a little day drinking after Christmas because he has another job that he does during the Christmas season that he can't really mention right now. Might be jolly fat man, but he was feeling time to relax and he was sitting down and he got on and we had a couple of drinks and he started thinking, you know, I really need a good bottle I have to buy, you know, after Christmas with all the stuff that goes on. Well, we're throwing out ideas. Well, of course, the top idea is what? King of
Kentucky.
One of my favorite pours, King of Kentucky.
Yeah. So he went out to this auction site and the whole day we sit there and he bid on this thing on an auction site. And it kept
kept going up and up and up.
The whole time, one of our other brethren.
Woodchuck.
Oh, you.
Mike Brock, aka otherwise known as Woodchuck. He suggested that instead of purchasing it off the auction, that he should just go to one of the websites out there and just buy it off the online.
On secondary.
Well, by the time that online purchase started, it was a little bit later in the evening, and he ordered the King of Kentucky.
Oh, here's the question though: did you save money by doing it on secondary versus the auction?
I actually did.
Oh,
They actually did, and
very good.
one part, he ordered it on a Sunday, and he got it on what?
I got it Monday morning. No, I actually got it Tuesday morning.
Oh,
Tuesday morning. He ordered it Sunday night, got it Tuesday morning.
That's not bad at all.
And not only that, but now I get at least 6 to 8 emails a day from my friend Gary from Blackwell Liquor.
That's right.
But I'll tell you what, I will just say it right now. If somebody could get me lined up for that bottle, I'll buy the damn thing for $1,200. If you can find it for $1,200, I'll buy it. Because it's MSRP. It's MSRP.
I was going to say, you are dreaming.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, I know I'm dreaming that I'll find it at MSRP, but
yeah. Got to come to Kentucky and get lucky that they have it at Old Forester that day.
yeah. What do you think, Jennifer? What do you think about these nuts that come to y'all's the bourbon experience, like at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning? and
Oh,
camp out. That's
if you
crazy.
come at 2 or 3 in the morning, honey, you're too late.
You're too late.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Right now, you've got a big, good selection, a big mix going on. First off, William Heaven Hill 19. That's one I'm going to buy.
Our buddy Ernest Peacock. I don't know if Ernest is still on. Well, he just posted a few minutes ago. Ernest got the William Heaven Hill 19. I don't know whether he stayed up all night or half the night, but he
Probably.
did get one.
Well, then there's also Parker's Heritage, which Parker's is always different every single year. This year is different because they mixed 3 different mash bills together. So it's like Parker, very unique. And then we have 2 different Old Fitzgeralds right now. So we have the Old Fitz 9, and then we have the VV, or I can't remember the 9, the VVS or the 11. Anyway, one's a 9-year, one's an 11-year, but they're in the little decanters, beautiful bottles. So if you are crazy enough, and I do mean that word nicely because spending the night on a parking lot anymore, that's crazy. I'm 45 years old. I ain't going to spend the night on the sidewalk, even for Black Friday. It's called Amazon, honey. But anyway, you're going to have to go because we do the bottle drops Tuesday. The doors open at 9:30 and Saturday at 9:30. You have to be there the night before. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was this time last year. I would have told you 6 o'clock in the morning would have been fine. That's not the case anymore. Right now, you're going to have to be there by 9, 10 o'clock the night before the doors open.
And then there's no guarantee that it's going to be a William Heaven Hill. It could be an Old Fitz 7.
Well, I'll say Old Fitz 7 finally has been pulled from it because we have it as a shelfer at the distillery. You can come over there every single day and we have Old Fitz 7. Sometimes you're lucky and it has the bag. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the dress, as we call it.
Yeah. So the visitor center has it too, but you got to keep in mind the visitor center sees like 400 or 500 people in a day where we see a max of 75-ish. So we don't go through it as fast as they do. So if you definitely want a bottle of that, we have it. You just got to come see me.
So Ernest Peacock, our resident guru of all things whiskey, he said I was somewhere around 160 in line, and you still got the William Heaven Hill 19. So good for you.
So I know what day you were there because that was the biggest drop we've ever had. It was like over 200 bottles. So normally 160 in line, you're like person number 100 who's disappointed going home with nothing. Maybe a grenade. So we do have grenades. If you don't know what that is, they're these cute little bottles. Mm-hmm. They literally look like a grenade. They're 125 proof. There you go. Elijah Craig that's 8 years old. And they are only sold at the visitor center. We do not even have those at the distillery. They are literally only at the visitor center. We get about 24 a day. When they're gone, they're gone. And they normally do them. So if you want to come in and try to get one, they're normally first thing in the morning, but literally it's up to whenever the delivery truck shows up. We can't get them off the truck if the truck's not there.
When we were there, actually, when we got through with your tour, Jennifer, we went in to the visitor center there, and they actually still had some grenades
behind the counter.
And the lady this was at the main, the main counter there. Mm-hmm. But a nice lady there, she says, if you guys will come over, to the far end where you usually start the tours, she says, I'll check you out there. So we did, and we were telling her about how we had the Bourbon Legends, and all this. Mm-hmm. And she actually was kind enough to sell us 2 hand grenades that day. And we because for our club, we were gonna, I know you're not supposed to raffle things off, but we did. And we didn't actually. We actually gave that away as a door prize. And our friend Tom Matt Blackjack won that one, and so that was really nice of her to do that. So
that was very kind.
It was.
You guys were lucky. I mean, you had a great day.
Yeah, we had a great week there. For one thing, when we came, we really wanted to do the Heaven Hill Springs, and we reached out to as a media group. And really couldn't get anywhere, as far as they're just like, yeah, you can come film, but, we can't really set anything aside for you.
Yeah,
Some
they
groups
can't.
did, some places did, like Bardstown Bourbon. They were really kind to us and all that. But the thing, everything fell into place. And then the best part of it, and I'm going to hawk this because Christmas is coming up. We actually got a bottle of Booker's signed by Fred No.
Fred and Freddie, or just Fred?
No, it was just Fred.
Okay.
But it was the Jimmy's batch from last year.
Oh,
and then we took that bottle and we went over to Wild Turkey. And not only did we get Jimmy to sign it, but we got Jaretta to sign it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we are actually going to try to raise some funds for the Bourbon Legends. Roger and Will, here in the next coming 3 weeks, will be telling more about that. And but that was just the cherry on top. It didn't get any better than that. Doing your tour there at Heaven Hill was amazing.
Thank you.
It just, everything was great. And I just don't think that it could get any better than what we had.
Do you know, as a Kentucky, a lifelong Kentuckian, that makes me feel so good.
Well,
almost like there was a woodchuck sitting next to me.
Oh, woodchuck.
Like I said, a tour guide makes or breaks your experience. It really does.
Yes. And I'll tell you, I've been to many, many, many distilleries along the Bourbon Trail. And I kind of took what I loved at all of those and kind of morphed it into mine. Because that is one thing. We're not scripted at Heaven Hill. So if you get a certain tour guide, the next person's going to be a little different. And the next one's going to be a little different from that, because we're not all on the same page, which is cool. Now, I'll tell you, there are many, many of them. I won't name them, but many of them are scripted. You can tell when you go in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
it makes a difference.
I always tell this one story. We went to Woodford, and we had this poor guy that I think literally just picked up that job maybe 30 minutes before we pulled in.
Oh.
And the poor guy didn't know.
We all start somewhere.
I get it, but it was
like,
just,
of all days.
It's a beautiful facility, but it's just like, man. And look, my wife just wrote on here, "Hello, my friend," because that was his catchword. Hello, my friend. Oh, yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. Hello, my friend.
Aww.
Anyway,
hey, you know what though? It was memorable.
Well, yeah, bad publicity is good publicity, right?
Right.
Hey, does anybody want to have any parting words before we give away this? It's actually called Copper and Cask, but dumbass me, I put Cooper and Cask.
Well, you know what? Hold on.
Too many
Going back
vowels.
to our video, the one that was released this week, we had a Cooper that was in one of our videos for Wilderness Trail. Cooper, what?
That's true.
The next person that puts it in the chat, Cooper at Wilderness Trail was what?
I know, but I was there.
I was there too, so I can't say.
Yeah.
Was he a
Yeah.
woodchuck?
Oh, and another thing, no, he's not a
Will.
woodchuck. He's not a woodchuck, but
You're not a woodchuck.
if somebody could drop the Discord invite link in the chat. We've got several people asking about the Discord.
Okay, can somebody do that? I don't know if I can or not. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't have permission to invite people to Discord. So
Well, I thought somebody would know who it was.
Jennifer, I was going to tell you your video when we toured there. It's like a 3-parter.
Oh
We
boy,
got
I
a
bet.
winner.
we got a
It's
winner.
long.
Because we did so long. But the first episode is going to air December 13th.
Ooh, that's the day
So-
after my youngest son's birthday.
So
He's
if
got
you
the
wanna-
coolest birthday. He was born on 12/12/12.
The 12th? Oh, 12/12/12.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was born December 19th, and I'm actually going to get to work.
My sister's birthday, and that's
There
his
you
house
go.
I'm at.
I'm going to get to work
So-
all
so-
day, and I keep adding dates. I keep adding events to that date, and I'm like, I better come home with a lot of like
Yeah.
cakes or something. I don't know.
Well,
So,
at
like,
least
my
now
whole family-
I'll forever remember your birthday.
My grandmother's birthday was in December. My dad's was in December. Mine, my brothers, my sisters are all in December, and two of my 3 children have December birthdays.
So what is
Jeez.
9 months before that, Will?
Well, let's see. That would probably be March,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere along in there.
And that's my birthday.
So
Okay, Barack
I'm
Obama
Aquarius. I'm
Barack
February.
Obama Runt is wanting the daggum Discord link. I'll go do it since nobody else knows how to do it. I will go do
I
it.
don't have permission.
Maybe.
Oh, Mike Brock looked this up.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike
Thank
Brock.
you, Mike.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Hey,
Even
Jennifer.
sick, you can do it. He jumps on.
Yeah.
Just stay
I
off
know
his
it's
lawn.
I know
He
it's
fights
late
through the
there. I know it's late there. Thank you for staying on with us. Please come back.
I will.
And
This has
next
been
time-
fun.
And next time we're in Bardstown, let's all get together and like go out and have a drink somewhere or
All right,
get
we'll
something
figure
to
out
eat or
something.
something.
Now, here's the thing
Yeah.
I will say. Evergreen Liquors half-price pours on Wednesdays. It's supposed to be ending at the end of December, from what I've heard. So
Oh,
y'all got to the
really?
end of the year to enjoy that. I'm talking half-price packies and everything. But you got to get there early because when she runs out of the bottles, they are done.
You know,
Done
I
for
don't
the
know.
day.
I think we need to get her husband on too, because he's got a very
Well, he's soon to be ex-husband. We're in the middle of
oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Roger.
That being said-
Roger, just mix that whole friggin' idea, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope.
Getting
He
back
would
to
love
our-
to talk to you about this stuff, but not with me.
Cooper was the cat. He was the distillery cat at Wilderness Trail. And he followed us in and out of the rick house and wouldn't leave us until we left his rick house.
That's true.
Aw.
He said he walked us in, walked us around, and then he made sure that we walked out of his rick house. He was
Y'all go on, get.
He was something. Oh, Cooper was something else. All right, let's give a bottle away.
Yeah.
All right, can we do that? All right,
Yep,
let
let's do
me let me try to pull this up again. Damn it! And I've had way too many woodchuck pours tonight.
Woodchuck. Somebody said woodchuck.
Oh, I'm almost out.
I got
This
a
is it.
feeling this is going to be one of those things where we're just going to have a special word. Wasn't that Pee Wee Herman or
have to
something
try.
that had like a
Right.
special word?
The word
Yeah,
of the day,
yeah.
and everybody go, ah.
Ah! That's what we're going to be doing in the morning when
There's
we
my
have to get up
childhood.
and go to work.
Have
We have to
do
get up and go
tours
to work tomorrow.
y'all. Yes.
I
I'm gonna be
don't.
walking through the distillery all day.
I've just put sweet tea in mine, so I don't know about you guys. I've just been drinking sweet tea.
I think we need to make the Bourbon Barbie an honorary bourbon legend right now.
Oh, that's it.
We'll give her that
Absolutely.
decree. You're the honorary bourbon legend.
Well, we'll get her
Oh, I feel
her
special.
some swag too.
Let's see. Yeah,
Well,
she would look
I'll
good
rock
wearing a
it.
Bourbon Legend t-shirt, walking around doing a distillery tour.
Well, couldn't do it on the tour. We
They
have
probably
to
would
have
better do that.
See, I was trying to
Now-
promote our brand here.
I can walk through Bardstown though.
That's true. You could go to
That works.
I can go to Mammy's or Talbot Tavern, which is the oldest bourbon bar in the world.
Been there a few times.
Been there a
Mhm.
few times.
It's haunted. Y'all know that,
Yeah,
Yep.
by us.
right?
Okay, folks, we're gonna do it right now. We're gonna do it.
Let's see if he can do it.
Who is it?
Fingers
Hold on, I
crossed.
got to do this right here. What is this? Y'all seems to be a bartender.
Somebody is.
We're tending to something.
Neat
All right.
pours.
Okay, here we go. I think I've got this set up. Cooper's cask. All right.
Right. You have to do drum roll.
Okay, hold on.
Well, no, we got to go to your Come on, you got to do that. again.
Oh yeah, we can have Jennifer do that. Usually we have to do our own sound effects of like
Well,
the wheel spinning.
Well, here we are. Here we are getting ready to be Christmas. So
All right. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Cooper's cask.
Cooper's cask.
Cooper's copper cask. Princess of Proof.
This must be a
Ooh.
friend of yours, Jennifer. Princess of Proof.
I don't know, but I'm loving their little emoji
I mean,
with the
I don't know
shoe.
who Princess of Proof is, but I tell you what, Princess of Proof, go to thebourbonlegends.com. Send me a message there.
He put the
with
email
your-
out there.
Yeah, go
I
to
got
the
the email
email
out.
address. I don't know if I have the actual email address. Princess of Proof is Dorothy.
Miss Dorothy.
Miss Dorothy.
Miss Dorothy.
It's the red
Yes.
shoe. I
Is Dorothy,
love
is Dorothy amused? Is Dorothy amused?
it.
She lives in the land of Oz, don't you know?
I love it.
So Jennifer, one of the things is that you may not know about me is I go to Mardi Gras a lot.
A lot.
And a lot. And there is a crew there called Muses, and their theme is a shoe or whatever. They're kind of like their logo. I don't know if Miss Dorothy is from New Orleans, so I don't know if she's actually in Muses or not, but that would make perfect sense with the shoe. So
Right?
very good.
Oh.
All right,
Hey, Roy,
Well,
tell Roy that Craig is not technologically advanced enough to rig anything. So
no,
whatever it is, it is. And
I
I
can't
I like
rig
believe
this.
that.
copper and cast too. So
I don't know how to rig it. Folks, it's been a hell of a good show. I appreciate all of y'all coming on and watching. Jennifer,
I had fun. Thanks, you
I'm
guys.
so glad that
Absolutely.
you got to
Thank
come
you.
on and see us tonight.
Thanks.
You represented Heaven Hill perfectly.
Yes.
Thank you.
awesome.
I'm gonna
I'll have to do this again.
personally email Max and tell him that you should get a raise.
Well, I appreciate that too, but well, he's not in charge of my paycheck. But I would appreciate it.
Well, you know, I'm
What
trying.
about
I'm
that
trying to do the best that
Consider-
I can.
You can tell that I'm your favorite barrel roller.
You are my favorite
you
barrel
go.
roller. You're the only
So-
barrel roller I know right now.
Here's
so.
something fun. So Max was at the barrel rolling competition with his wife, and he had this little pom pom. Oh, he was so cute. And I remember one time they were asking, "Who's got the most bourbon in Bardstown?" And all of it at the same time said Max, and he was like, "Hi." Now Max is about the same height as me. I'm 5'6", so he's over there, and nobody knew who in the world he was. They had no idea who they were standing next to. So it was kind of awesome.
Now, see, if us nerds were there, we would have known.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But not everybody would.
No, and
He's
that's
just
probably,
a sweetheart of a man.
and that's probably good for him because he probably, likes to be able to go and do without somebody always saying something, So I get it. I understand the whole incognito thing.
The
I
Shakira
can be
family,
me and
they're
everybody
awesome.
knows who I am. And then when I dress up in the red suit, people are like, "Who is that dude?"
Really? No, they really know who you are then.
Oh yeah. I've went to lunch with him after Christmas. It is
Mhm.
it's amazing.
Ah, kind of
Yeah,
make you feel good.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
And
What makes me feel good is knowing. So I will just tell a quick story. Don't get your blankets or nothing. But I had a client email me the other day, and she's like, "Can you come to my house and visit my children?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, "But Heather, do you remember when I used to come visit you when you were a child?"
Or she
And
like,
she wrote back and she's like, "How did you remember?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just remember certain things, certain people. Maybe that your last name was Gengrosso. Maybe that's why it stuck in my head." But she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "It's full circle. Now you're coming and visiting my children." And I'm like,
"Aw."
"Damn, I feel old now."
Well,
Okay,
you
I
are,
feel the
Craig.
same with people that I went to high school with, and they had babies right out of high school, and now they're having babies. Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
That's like Will.
Your grandma.
What?
No.
Well, no, like Will
No.
me and
No.
Roger were talking about today. Will got married when he was like 19, and like me and Roger were
Mhm.
like 30.
I was
Yep,
25.
19. Been married 30 years now. So
Aw, congratulations.
all my kids are grown. 2 of the 3 are out of the house.
There
Ooh,
you go.
that's a good feeling too.
Yeah. hmm
All right, Jennifer, I'm going to end it because I think we could talk all night, but we probably don't need to.
No,
It's
I got to
11
work in the morning.
It's 11 o'clock over in your time. My
It
God.
sure is. It sure is.
All right, guys,
11:02.
guys and gals, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you again. We'll
You're
be in
welcome.
touch. When I need that bottle of like 19-year-old Heaven Hill,
Me too. I don't have one yet. I'm gonna have to go sleep on the sidewalk.
I actually did get a 19-year. I got to go pick it up next week at where Will lives in Hot Springs. So it's sitting there waiting for me. So
Ooh, sorry.
it's no Blade and Bow 30 year, but it'll do. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna just wrap it up real quick. We will not be on next Thursday night because it is Thanksgiving, and spend time with your family. You'll probably be sleeping from all of that turkey and eggnog and wine and everything you drank during that day on Thursday, watching football games, spending time with your family, whatnot. We will be back on the following Thursday. I will not be here. Roger will be the host. Chill will be the co-host. And Roger, who is our guest on Thursday?
The master distiller and our chief master distiller at Whiskey Thief.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I bet Jennifer knows. I bet Jennifer knows her.
And she
You
used to
never
be she used to be the master distiller for Widow Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Widow Jane is one of Heaven Hill Springs. Oh.
Yep.
Well,
And then-
I'm going to have to tune in.
Yeah, tune in. And then after that, on the next Wednesday or next Thursday, they're going to have Wit on from Fiddler.
ASW Fiddler.
ASW Fiddler. And then the following, that would be December 18th, because that's the day before my birthday.
I would say right before your birthday.
Right before my birthday. Then we're going to have on the owner of, help me out here, guys, the Rice Whiskey, JT Mellick. Mike Fruge. We're not sure how you pronounce his last name.
Frug.
Yep. And then we'll be off the next week because it will actually be Christmas. Will it be Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? I'm not for sure.
It's one of those two.
One of those two. And then we will also skip the following week because it will be New Year's Day. But
My
we will
birthday.
be back.
Oh, almost.
We will be back on then January 1st, 2026, where we will have that marathon. So, Jennifer, if you're not doing anything that day, pop on. We can shoot the crap and celebrate the brand new year. And then we start 2026. So, anyway, folks, y'all take it easy on Roger and Will. Don't give them too hard of a time. Jennifer, thanks again for showing up and coming on with us, giving away these bottles. And guys and gals, see ya.
For the stories we've told of barrels and bottles and whiskey gold, from grain to glass,